Hey, welcome back. I just finished another stream. It went over 13 minutes, but I think it was worth it. Steve Fan Speak, we did some what we expect from like what we think some players need to do for the combine, what will help them, what won't. But now we are here to do a draft, maybe two. We'll see how it goes. I know if you were in the other one, you just heard the intro, but we're gonna hit it again so I can set up the rest of the stream. Here we go.
We're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey! Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, came in chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
All right. Thanks everybody for popping in. We have Pepper Tony. We have me. We have Pepper Tony again. We have Losimo. How's everybody doing? I know not everybody likes the analytical stuff or the breakdowns that Steve and I do. I don't care. I love doing it. I have I have a good time doing it. Uh, like I'm very into doing the mock draft stuff. I think I'm going to record a mock draft for tomorrow and release it in the evening. I think I'm just gonna do it as a video, and I will still do my normal stream, and then also tomorrow I have I'm going on to Jerry's stream as well. So tomorrow will be a busy day, but we are here to do a big board. We're going to do a big board, probably be done at one big board unless we get to 30 likes. If we end up getting to like 30 likes, we will do that another one. But I'm not planning on doing a second one today. But here we go. We're going to join a big board. We're going to join it in 15 seconds.
Bestball began erased. We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, picks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right, it's going to be a full lobby. We are waiting on 8. Waiting on 8. For anybody who wants in, you can get in. Let me know if you did watch the thing with Steve, what you thought, if you thought it was good, if you thought it was bad. Like I thought we did a decent job, but we're also just kind of spitballing at it. So we've both done our research, and we have plenty of things to talk about. But it has been a while since I've got a 101 on stream. I got way too many early, and honestly, I kind of want 103, 104. I don't have any. I have one share of Jamar Chase right now, and that doesn't feel good because I think Jamar Chase is an awesome pick this year. So I would love to get some more Jamar Chase. Absolutely, absolutely love to get some Jamar Chase. But I just haven't had the picks there. I have a boatload of Bijan and Gibbs though. And Gibbs got some bullish news today with the underdog saying the stuff about or the Lions saying the stuff about the David Montgomery going to be released or traded. I believe that Underdog NFL re-reported that. I'm looking for it. By the way, this is the big board for anybody who wants to be in. We're waiting on one for the big board. I'm looking for that exact tweet, but I think you all seen it or heard about it. But basically, it kind of looks like David Montgomery may not be back on the team. And I haven't specifically seen that. I've just seen a lot of people talk about it. I've not found it specifically. But like if you look at the contract and all that stuff, like I'm at the 112 again. Like basically been stuck at the 112 to 109 for like the last week. Like running. We have Sweet Leaf at the 3. We have Young Moolah at the 6. We have Danny at the 7. I believe you're here, Danny. If you are, please say something. Ike Money at the 8. Also say something. I didn't review your team because I didn't see a comment yesterday. Losimo at the 9. OPP Luke at the 10. Game tied at the 11. We got the 12. What's up, Bindles? I did that yesterday. I also, what's up? There we go. Danimal831. Big yogurt fan, huh? Huge yogurt fan. I think this is the first time you chatted and comment or commented in chat. So I know you've been watching a bit. I've seen you in a bunch of the streams. I've seen you here a few times. So I'm glad you enjoyed the content and good luck. Let's get the old background music on. Let me know if this is too loud, if it's just the right, like I put it where I usually do. If you can't hear it at all, let me know. Boo Crew, let's go, says Game Tight. Yeah, if we don't get to the 30 likes, I'm gonna pop off of here and go visit some family tonight. If we get there, I'll probably just visit them a little later. Jimmy McGill's. We're not going to pull up Henry today, though. I'm getting a feeling that Jefferson is the player you kind of want to get at the 12-13. What's up? Is that D. Gerganis? Is that correct? Or is it D.G. Gerganis? Like I about said. Yeah, there's no Y in that. My bad. Like trying to sound out these random words. I'm pretty sure it's D. Gerganis. We got Amon-Ra at the 10. I think Amon-Ra is such a big pick, such a great pick. I really do. Now, I know I have several Genty Hampton. I also have several of these, but we're going to go ahead and do this. I think Genty is an awesome pick. And while we pick Genty, let's also...
Yo, getting Jenny with it. Getting Jenny with it.
All right. So I have Ashton Genty at like the 10 spot right now. DT Gerganis. Okay, so it's DT Gerganis. Got it. There's no T in the name, so I'm really confused on why. Why? But all right, like I'm just trying to figure out how to say all the names. Yeah, so Genty Jefferson feels awesome to me. Jefferson, to me, is going to kind of creep up the board as soon as they get a reasonable quarterback. Like, even if it's Geno Smith, right? If Geno Smith lands there, YouTube screw up, got it. Which reminds me, let's go put live chat on instead of top chat so I don't miss anything today. Listen to most of the show with Steve earlier. I'm in on the lengthy analyst talk. I'm glad some people are. And like, this one was kind of out of context from the idea of the show. Because the idea of the show is to go in depth on data, like the effects of different things, and like eventually do some like more data things. Like, but to be honest, like what we did today was more what's kind of overblown at the combine, like what certain players may need to do to be like different players need different things to like check boxes at the combine, and that's kind of what we were going over. And we just kind of cherry picked the different players that we think it mattered the most for. I thought it was a good talk. Like, there were some players that got brought up. Like, Dion Burks is a player that I'm pretty just out on. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it's DTG. Got it. Okay. I know you. Yeah, I know you. DTG 1972. I wish they would have never changed the names. It drives me crazy. Like, I spent all of last year learning all these names. Now I have to relearn everybody's names. So we got JSN, Bowers, McMillan here. No worries on the running backs from the Moolah. Zero worry. We got another one. Puka, Neighbors, Kenneth Walker. Taking a name or a page out of my Jefferson pull-up book from yesterday. I mean, it's pretty reasonable to go 2 wide receivers into Walker, I think. Now, I haven't taken any ETN. I still don't love, like, if he goes to Kansas City, I'm not as into it as most people either. But I'm into it if we don't take Jeremiah Love. You've been working so much trying to catch up with all the drafts. Well, I'm glad you're able to jump in today. Hadn't seen you for the year. And, like, to be honest, like, I'm an absolute sicko. I have like 100 drafts in this year already. So, but we all know that I'm a... So there's a certain player that I've talked myself into wanting to be way overweight on that I haven't gotten enough of. It's Colson Loveland. I want to be way overweight Colson Loveland, I think. The more I look at things, the more I believe that. I have a bunch of Lad. I have a decent amount of all these players. Do I want... Like, I like all of these top 6, like, pretty equally. I think I'm just gonna go... Let's just go with Zay here. I like Zay. I do prefer T and Lad, but I think that this is fine. I don't think there's a gigantic cliff between them. I am kind of waiting on the Jets to sign somebody to really see what I want to do with them specifically. So I don't know what the rest of you think, but I do think that Zay, T, Lad, and Devontae Adams are kind of the same. Rashid Rice was still available, huh? As you've seen, he didn't even make my rankings. I pushed Rashid Rice down to like 48. That's where I have him at now. If he gets down there, I'm willing to take him. Losimo also not in on it. OPP Luke not in on it. Game Tight is seeing green today. The Inner Hulk is coming out today in Game Tight's world. You got Achan, Hampton, Javonte. Pulled Javonte all the way up. Scattaboo. I actually thought about taking Scattaboo there. Like, I think it would have been pretty neat, like a pretty fun combination. Genty, Scattaboo, Jefferson, Loveland. Because the next 2 picks are like almost guaranteed to be quarter or wide receiver, unless like a Swift or Judkins falls. And yeah, so just so you know, Danny or Danimal, I'm going to call you Danny. Trent Williams is supposedly in contract. Like, in a contract battle with the Niners right now. It doesn't like it looks like he may end up getting released or something. So that should probably affect opinions on so Schefter, left tackle Trent Williams to be released barring contractual situation with the Niners. And if you know much about how like the on-off splits with Trent Williams and that offense, like that is a gigantic ordeal. So I know it doesn't matter for this specific stream, but I do want you to know that for the future. Now, if you're still comfortable taking CMC there, that's fine. Like nothing wrong with that. But for me, I'm probably going to move CMC behind Hampton with that news. Honestly, I think that it is that big of a deal myself. So we don't get the super fall on Lamar Jackson. That would have been insane. But I'm fine with what we have going on here. I mean, I might like. I'm going to be honest with you. If Jaden Daniels is available there, I probably just take Jaden. I mean, RJ Harvey. I don't love Harvey as a pick, but I think that this is where he should go. He should go from 55 to 62, like he did last year. That's where I'm at with it. We're going to take Jaden. I don't take very much Cortland Sutton at all, but let's go ahead and take Cortland Sutton here as well. Get the naked quarterback. Get the divisional correlation with Genty. I have a bit of Genty. I have very, very little Sutton. I think that Sutton kind of disappears this year and Pat Bryant becomes the guy. But if Bo Nix falls back to 108, I could be comfortable stopping with Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix. And if it doesn't happen, like a single wide receiver here doesn't honestly feel that bad no matter what. And I have been talking up that I want to do more hero running back builds. I think Ashton Genty fits into the hero running back style, and I've got the double elite with it. This is the kind of build that I want to get into right now. Woo, Benny. At price anyway, I like Harvey, but it's a group of 5. I feel like I'm going to keep pretty evenly exposed. Which 5 are we talking about? Are we talking about Henderson? Like, I think Scadaboo is well above the other ones. I think Judkins, Swift, Harvey, and Hendo could be in that same, like, I think they're kind of in their own tier. And I personally like Scadaboo well above. Scat to Jud. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was Scat to Judkins. So you're basically going to have no Scadaboo, is what you're telling me. You and Steve, your team was right there. Nice. You was watching you and Steve, my team right there. I'm glad people are liking that. I really enjoy the back and forth Steve and I have. I think we're both pretty measured. I think we both bring a little bit, like, we both have different views on the information, and we're both willing to like nudge in a different direction whenever new information is presented. You don't mind that he costs more there. You just all very similar. You got it. Judkins had such a bad advanced stats. It's crazy because it seemed he was the only one other. Well, like, yeah, so like that one, everybody wants to talk about the 3 touchdown game. Well, that 3 touchdown game, he still only had like 80 some yards. And I think he had a 40-yard run, or he had like a 30-yard run or something in that game too. He had 2 basically goal line carry touchdowns that came from the defense stopping the other team or creating a turnover like in the red zone. So like, yes, he had a 3 touchdown game, but he still barely scored 24 points in that game. He got like 26 or something in half-point PPR. Like if you get 3 touchdowns, like 24 points is still good. no matter what. But like I can't remember, like maybe it was 32. Let me look. I'm bringing it up in another screen, and then whenever we make our picks, we will bring it up. Yeah, it was 26.4 full point PPR because he had 0 receptions. All right, so this is like, I'll take Harold Fannin here and be done at tight end. I know a lot of people don't like taking the double tight end early. I'm fine with it whenever the area dries up this quickly. I don't love the Manungai stuff. I'm kind of Pollard over him. I do think that they are live to take a running back. I do like Chuba as well. But I think we're going to take Pollard here. So the team right now is a 1-2-3-2. Jaden Daniels, Ashton Genty, Tony Pollard, Jefferson, Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Loveland, Harold Fannin. Like if Harold Fannin falls down here, I'm going to continually take him. I know that, like, I think the news that they're looking at quarterback is positive. Like, I think that's positive news. We got 32 watches. We got 19 likes. We need 30 likes for a second draft. If not, like I said, I'm going to go spend time with some family, and I'm going to do that either way. I'll just get there an hour earlier if we don't. So it's hard to get 3 touchdowns and not crack 30 points. Like, Judkins did that. And, like, I believe he had 25 carries, got 84 yards. And I believe he had a big run in that game, too. I'm pretty sure he had like a 30 or 40 yard run in that game as well. That was the Green Bay game. It was the Miami game because everybody took him in DFS. That's right. I don't know why I was thinking Green Bay because Miami has green in them, probably. So, like, other than that, like, he had another spike week here with 16.7, but like all of his yards per carry stuff is low, and his advanced stats are really bad. But that is more of a statistic of the offensive line, in my opinion, than it is of Judkins himself. Which the offensive line is not returning mostly, or they're bad. So I don't know why we expect more, right? And also, if we do a second draft, we are going to do a drafters. So second draft will be either a drafters $10 or a DK $1 contest. So we're putting that up in the poll. If you guys want to do another draft, that'll be what it is. I'm trying to save some bullets on Underdog to not stream all of my Underdog at this point. So I would like to, since I'm by myself, I would like to jump over and do one somewhere else as well. Now, Bo Nix does go. Jadarian Price goes. All the running backs that I kind of like went, except for Emmett Johnson. I think I'm fine pulling Emmett up, maybe. Could just go Godwin Baker here. Do I do Godwin Baker? I think I'd take Montgomery. And yeah, I think I do this. I think I take Godwin and Montgomery here. Kind of build out a little bit of an olds team. Not super worried about the second quarterback. Probably just going to go 2 quarterbacks. I think I'm going to fight the 3 quarterback meta this year and go 2 quarterbacks mostly. Like try to get the stronger teams for the playoff push. I will advance less teams doing this, but I will also get, like, whenever I'm taking a third quarterback at pick 130, like that player versus the quarterback to me is kind of like that's a big spike week guy. Like if you're over here, that's like Emmett Johnson versus somebody, or J.K. Dobbins for me versus somebody, you know, a quarterback who can't possibly score in that week. So there's give and take on both. Like I do think that overall the 3 quarterback is correct, but I'm also not going to. That was also with all the quarterbacks going in round like 15 plus, right? I don't know if the math will change this year or not, like in the advanced rate stuff, but I do assume that if the elite quarterbacks stay healthy, that the math will change this year. Now, if they don't stay healthy, obviously the 3 quarterbacks is what you need. Almost for sure. So, yeah, that's something I've said consistently. I'm going to probably push the second quarterback for the most part, and I'm going to take one earlier as well. Underdog and DK QBs have merged a lot versus even last year. Yeah, exactly. Like the and like the elites are cheaper. Like Lamar, Daniels, like even Burrow's the same price as he was last year, and that's with all the quarterbacks being pushed up. Like, and Drake May, Hurts, Caleb, like all of these guys, like I do think that the pricing is pretty correct, but I do think that the sacrifice you have to make on the third quarterback this year is a higher price. Like what Sweetleaf done here, you're giving up a Jadarian Price, Tyler Algier, Blake Corum, or Dowdle to get your third quarterback. Now, I don't hate what they done because they have all the stacks, right? Like, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying you are like, you sacrifice, and I've done this a couple times, but you sacrifice a really strong position player for the third quarterback, and only one of the quarterbacks can play for you. So I do think that when it gets to the playoff weeks and stuff, you're showing up with a slightly weaker team, right? Now, quarterbacks have the highest chance to score the most points, right? So you're giving yourself a better chance to hit the outcome of the quarterbacks as well. So I don't know what is right or what is wrong. I know what I really want to happen for me here. I know that for sure. I don't think Game Tide is going to allow me to have nice things though. QBs get hurt too much. I'm not going to disagree with that. But yeah, we're just going to go Jalen Coker into Bryce Young here at the end here. So we have 2-3-5-2 now. Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, Ashton Denty, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Jefferson, Flowers, Sutton, Godwin, Coker, Loveland, and Fannin. I think this feels good. Now, I might add like I'm not saying I won't add like a Kirk Cousins or a Geno Smith or something in the last round here. If I have a free pick, I generally do. I just don't like having to spend the high capital for the third quarterback, is what I'm saying. And like if I have to push and everybody pushes up these weaker quarterbacks like Bryce Young, I'm cool with that, right? Like I'm cool just having the team. If everybody's gone, right? Now, I kind of consider this a 2 quarterback team, even if I take Cousins. I know it's still technically a 3, but yeah, I'm just not going to invest any more capital in it, basically, if I have one of the elites. And that's not like a guaranteed thing. Like I've also done like Daniels, Mahomes, then Worthy here, right? Like I've done that. or Daniels plus Bo Nix. And with those situations, I'm still like, maybe I take one guy late. I don't think that you're necessarily wrong there. And I do like what Sweetleaf done here with the 3 double stacks. Because you got the Puka, Neighbors, and Devonta Smith, or not double, but all of them single stack. I guess you got double there with actually both of them, Tryon Tracy and Blake Corum. So we got 24 likes. We got 34 watching. I want to thank everybody. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the content, please smash the sub. We're on a road to 500 subs. At 500 subs, assuming we get it before the combine, or not before the combine. Yeah, if we get it by tomorrow, if we get it before the NFL draft, after the draft, I will do a 12-hour live stream, do some sort of a, probably like a puppy marathon, or like if Drafters has a mini out or something, we'll bounce between the sites, probably do a lot of low dollar contests, might mix in some high dollar contests at the, like a BBM or something as well. I don't know. I'm not much for the BBM structure myself, so definitely less likely to get those in. All right, let's see what it, like, I'm assuming all the quarterbacks are gone. So, like, Daniel Jones is still here. But that's basically the last quarterback altogether. Basically need to take a running back of some sort and a wide receiver probably here. I have taken a Xavier Legette share or 2 on Bryce Young's teams. I think they're likely to add somebody, but I think it's fine. You got 24 likes. How we doing, Best Ball on Call? Thanks for popping in. And by the way, if you're not subbed to Best Ball on Call, sub over there. And if not, like, I'm going to be on their channel here pretty soon as well. We don't have a date locked up yet, but it's definitely going to happen. And I'm going to put the Discord link in the descriptions here. If you want to jump in the Discord, I generally post when I'm going live there. And I try to post it whenever I'm going on another person's channel as well. We're going to go ahead and take the Daniel Jones here. For sure. And then I don't really want, like, I definitely want another running back. Let's go with Jonathan Brooks. Let's do the, actually, let's just take the Tennessee backfield. Screw it. Let's do the Pollard. I don't do this too often, but I think it's fine. Neither one of these are super high value, like super high price. So the handcuff thing seems fine. Ayuk to stack with Daniels, ASC. Drafter, I barely knew her. How we doing, Enchan? I've done the Ayuk Daniels thing a couple times. I think it's fine. I think it's good. I just wasn't feeling it this time. I felt like I needed a third or a fourth running back. I was really hoping that Rachaad White would make it back. I like that pick. I don't like the Charbonnet pick, but I guess I'm a hater there. And after all the talk of not spending the capital on quarterback, I went ahead and took Daniel Jones there as a QB3. But I also think that at this point in the draft, we're all basically $1 players. Like we're probably in like the $2 to $3 range. So I don't mind skipping that and adding an extra $1 player there myself. But I definitely wanted to get one of the running backs because I do think they fall off pretty heavy here. So definitely a weird team. Like going Loveland and then Fannin, like not in the cards generally, but Fannin fell 10 picks, and the wide receivers died, like basically died. Like, I think the wide receivers are dead at this turn every time. And I don't like the Monungai price. And like, you're basically stuck with a wide receiver, or like a quarterback or a tight end, mostly tight ends in my mind. And like, I don't want to take Steph Diggs there every time, and I have a hard time taking Parker Washington. Maybe I need to take more of him. Yeah, I think Rachaad White ends up in Washington. Yeah, like, he was definitely the one I wanted to target. I also think Rachaad White could end up in, I think it's Washington or Jacksonville. And Jacksonville would be a fantastic spot for him, right? Like, I like LaQuint Allen. LaQuint Allen is good, but he's not Rachaad White. Rachaad White is fantastic. He knows the Lee and Cohen. He knows Lee and Cohen. That's an offense you want pieces of. It would be a perfect complement to what Tootin does really well. Like, it would be a really fun offense with Rachaad White and Tootin, in my opinion. And I think that's what I kind of want to happen. Washington to be just as good. Why is this message restricted? I don't know what you just said. It restricted your message, sir. So try again, I guess. All right. So I was hoping that Katron would fall. They fall some, but not very often. What do I want here? Do we want to do this? We're kind of already in on the Tennessee offense. Let's just do that. And Surratt just went, didn't they? Yeah, Surratt just went. I'm going to go with Brian Robinson, actually. I think Brian Robinson is a really fine click down here. I think he's going to find a role of some sort next year. By the way, we still need 6 likes if you guys want another draft. We got 5 more rounds, basically. And I review everybody's team who drafts with me the first draft I'm in for now. So you have some time to get it done. And then it looks like we'll be doing a drafters $10, assuming that nobody else votes. Only got 7 votes. Apparently nobody cares about drafters or DK. But yeah, I also, like, the funniest scenario would be Brian Robinson ending up back in Washington, right? Like, do I think it's going to happen? No. But do I think it's completely out of the realm of possibility? Probably not. Where do I think he goes? I think honestly, the B-Rob Najee range is kind of where I think Kansas City's going to go in free agency. I think Kansas City, if they can't land Breece Hall, I think they're going to look down the board and go with a cheap guy and go with a guy that complements Brashard Smith and get a Brian Robinson, a Najee Harris. If David Montgomery is the absolute perfect fit to KC, but I think that style of player is where Kansas City is going to go. Like, if they can't get the do-it-all guy, right? And I personally don't think Kansas City is going to be in the market for Jeremiah Love. I don't want him to be, and I don't think they're going to do it. I think that if a wide receiver's available there, or if Reuben Bain's available, that they would take either one of those, assuming that wide receiver passes for them over Jeremiah Love. Now, if Reuben Bain's gone and like they have a low grade on Mekhi Lemon and Tyson and Tate are both gone, I could see, like, that's the situation I could see us taking Jeremiah Love. But I kind of expect KC to take a guy like a B-Rob. I also think that Like, I don't know where else he could go, but I do think that he's a pretty fun click right now. So we're definitely stopping at at two tight ends here, right? Like we almost have to. We're gonna have a naked Daniel Jones, it looks like. I'm fine with that. I've moved Jordan James up in my ranks quite a bit. I do want to make sure I get some shares of him. There is a guy I do want right now. So we have 4 more picks. Probably going to end with 7 running backs. Probably. Yeah, I think we're going to do 7 running backs. So we need 2 more running backs and 2 more receivers. I don't know, like, I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna take these 2 if they're there. I need more Jordan James, and Najee is just a good pick now. We're just gonna try to get some guys that are doing something, and then we'll take 2 wide receivers in the last round. Like, we took Ashton Genty as a hero. We pushed it for a while. We went Pollard Montgomery. Then we pushed it for a while, secured that backfield, and then just took 3 late. So, like, we have Tennessee's backfield and Genty, and then David Montgomery, and then just a bunch of guys, right? A bunch of upside swings, like hoping to cobble together a room. And, like, I think Najee could be the best pick on the board. Like I think between Najee, B-Rob, and Montgomery, I'm pretty locked into having like a decent chance of getting whoever the Kansas City starter is, the Kareem Hunt replacement, right? There is a specific wide receiver that a lot of people in the chat probably know that I'm targeting right now. Zachariah Branch is not it. Sorry, Losimo, you lose. You failed. You did not predict correctly. No Branch. No Branch. I have a really hard time thinking Zachariah Branch is going to produce this year. I do think that if he answers the combine questions that Steve and I had for him, I also think that in year 1 that he's going to struggle a lot. And I think that if he's a good player, it's more of a Parker Washington arc, to where if he excels, it's down the line, not initially. So, like, and I've been pretty consistent in saying that I could be persuaded otherwise if we see some stuff in camp. But I'm still a long ways from not believing that is the truth. Where did Omar go? Omar went at 176. Shocker. He went before I had a chance. I've been stuck at the corner and like basically not got any Omar recently on this website. So we still need 3 likes to do the Drafters $10 after this as well. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, and if you enjoy the channel, hit the sub. 500, like, I need to make a banner for the 500 subs. 500 subs, we do a 12-hour live stream post-draft. And at 1,000 subs, we do a 24-hour live stream by myself. Like, I mean, I'll have guests on, but I, by myself, will do all 24 hours. And that'll be interesting. So nice. I liked it twice. Thanks, Peppertoni. Appreciate it. All right. So there are a couple players here that I like. Which one do I want? Keon Coleman, I just don't see them not replacing him. at all. Like I don't see where they have a situation where they don't replace him. I think Washington's a good pick here. I can't have a team with 0 rookies, right? We might have a team with 0 rookies. Jeremy Bernard, Ted Hurst. I'm definitely taking Jalen Lane. Yeah, we're going to go with Jalen Lane, and we're going to go with Jeremy Bernard here. So we got a 3-7-8-2 here. We have Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young, Daniel Jones. Running backs, Ashton Genty, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Tajay Spears, Brian Robinson, Najee Harris, Jordan James. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Chris Godwin, Jalen Coker, Alec Eilmanor, Jalen Lane, Jeremy Bernard, and then double elite tight end, Loveland and Harold Fannin on the fall. I think it works. Not the cleanest team. The running back room is kind of ugly, but some hero rooms look ugly. This one definitely does. I went 7 running backs because I doubled up this backfield. I didn't get any of the rookies. I could have taken Mike Washington, but I have a bunch of Washington. I want to get more Jordan James, and I've got 12% Najee, but I want to get to like 14, 15% before he signs somewhere. I don't see a world where he doesn't move up. So let's review Game Tide's team real quick. He's got a 3-5-9-3. Achan, Omarion Hampton. By the way, we need one more like, and we can do the drafters draft. Achan, Hampton, Javonte, Scadaboo, Judkins. So right here, I'm going to say I absolutely would not have taken one of those two. Like, I would have. You're forcing like 2 of these picks are not going to play for you every week. So like your upside in the finals weeks is already limited. Like if you go 4 and then you gain the extra skill position player at wide receiver to go to 10, that's fine. Like, or you go way down the board to get your 5th, like that's fine. Like right here though, your first 5 picks, you're limiting to where only 3 of them can hit your lineup. So like that capital there, like your 4th and 5th round are basically like they're good. They're fine picks in a vacuum, but yeah, I'll log in my alt if I have to. Thanks, Peppertoni. And then Marvin Harrison, Trevor Lawrence, Jacoby Myers. I like that little stack. You've watched me enough. You knew for a fact I wasn't taking Jacoby Myers. Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, Strange, Willis. I like the Brenton Strange backstack with Trevor Lawrence as well. Isaiah Likely, Surratt, Trey Harris, Mims, Stowers, Malik Washington, and Kirk Cousins. I think it could have been a great team. I think if Judkins was just a random receiver and like another running back was down here at Travis Hunter or something, like not like maybe even Surratt, I think I love the team. But making it to where every single week your 4th and 5th round pick, if not your 1st and 3rd round pick, are not producing points, like guaranteed, like that just feels like bad process to me. And if you want to argue it, like go ahead. Like I'm willing to listen to answers. Like you did save 1 roster spot, but I think I want to save 2 roster spots if I go 4 in a row. I think that if those 4 don't hit, you're probably dead, right? And like gain the extra roster spot where Judkins was, and just go for it, right? Because if those aren't good enough, like you're probably done anyway. All right, the draft is over, so I can review from here now. We got OPP Luke. We got a 3-5-8-3. Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Shadur Sanders. I'm done clicking Shadur. Kind of sounds like they may move on from him now, but like, I get it. It feels fine at the moment. Every team that doesn't have an elite quarterback is looking at Malik Willis, apparently, Browns included. Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne, Swift, Dobbins, Ray Davis, Chris Rodriguez, very solid. I don't like. I'm not going to harp on the Travis Etienne price. I think it's a little much, but I think it's fine. I just have a hard time with it. I like the wide receiver firepower there too much. Amon-Ra, JMO for the double. Mike Evans, Quentin Johnson, Romeo Dobbs for the divisional correlation. Jalen McMillan, Calvin Ridley, Adonai Mitchell, Laporta for the triple. Travis Kelce and Chig. You have you have the double if Evans stays and the single if Evans leaves. Very well constructed team. I like it. Then we got Losimo here. 3584. We got to 30 likes, by the way. I'm joining the drafters in another screen right now, just so you know. We're waiting on 9. I'll go ahead and do these reviews still, though. Losimo, we got a 3584. Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, JJ McCarthy. Running backs, Love, Breece Hall, Harvey, Benson, Vidal. Like, that feels fine. Like, this is good in BBM, so that feels good enough. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Diggs, Addison, Jaden Reed, Tank Dell, Zachariah Branch, Jacoby Lane. Tight ends, Goddard, Sadiq, Andrews, Gesicki. Gesicki's kind of slept on. I like tacking him onto my Joe Burrow teams for sure. Good team. We got Danny. If Ike is here, say something. We can do that. Still waiting on 7 over on drafters. Waiting on 7. 2693. Lamar Jackson, Cam Ward. Running backs. CMC, Kyron Williams, Ramondre, Rashad White, Dylan Sampson, Jalen Wright. Wide receiver, Drake London, Adams, Pierce, Michael Pittman, Xavier Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Brandon Ayuk, Chimere DK, Malachi Fields. Tight ends, Ferg, Parkinson, and Tonjes. Lamar, naked, perfectly fine. And Cam Ward stacked up with DK. Somebody stole Iomanner from you. How dare them? Yeah, this is a really solid team. I was very heavy on Tonjes. It kind of feels like it's more likely that he by the way, we're waiting on 8. Hopefully this can fill. Hopefully this fills. Yeah, so like I'm like, it kind of sounds like Kittle may be back sooner than later, according to some things. So I had like 12% Tonjes before that, so I'm definitely like, I'm wanting to be around the field, but like I'm definitely a little worried. I think he's fine to mix in, especially on a tight end room that you kind of just had an extra spot there. 4772, Jordan Love, Sam Darnold, Mac Jones, and Anthony Richardson. I know a lot of people are all about Mac Jones and like he might get traded. He might do like, I will have 0 Mac Jones until it happens. Even if he does get traded and becomes a starter, he's what, like an 18th round pick? Like I just don't see him. Like San Francisco was adamant about, hey, no, we want him to be our backup, just like Cousins was last year. You're loaded on Kittle. Nice. Yeah, it kind of looks like the drafters thing may not work. So, yeah, I can't get there on Mac Jones just because of the news coming out of San Francisco for sure. But I like the Anthony Richardson swing. Like, who knows there? Running back, Bashaw Tootin, Chuba Hubbard, Jonah Coleman, JCM, Sean Tucker, Katron Allen, Marshawn Lloyd. Wide receiver, JSN, Ted McMillan, Ladd McConkey, Jordan Tyson, Parker Washington, Josh Downs, Torrey Horton. That is an awesome wide receiver room. I mean, if you're right, you're right. I will wait until it happens, because if it happens, it's not like he's gonna move up into like the 150s, you know, like by the time that happens, all the other quarterbacks are gonna have landing spots, and we're like Mac Jones is still gonna be in round 17, 18, right? So like I can load up then. I still don't think it's gonna happen. I think that they value a backup quarterback. They needed it last year. That got them to the playoffs. That almost got them the 1 seed. Uh, like I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna trade him. Brock Bowers gonna helm. Um, like, and if you're connected, like, I guess you would know, but just from the outside looking in, it doesn't make any sense. And then they said that they don't want to do it as well. So, no, I like the team overall, though. Like, you had a free pick there. Like, I think throwing a dart at Mac Jones is fine, even if I do believe that he's not going to get traded. Like, yeah. The best tracks, they will lose nothing for him if they allow him to play out this year. I mean, the same could be said about Breece Hall, right? Like, they're not going to get anything out of Breece Hall by franchise. Like they could have just traded them last year, but they were too dumb to do it. Like, I know it's a different team, but like teams do that all the time, to where they want something. Like, they care. Like, the Niners need to win now, right? Now matters. And I do think that with the Trent Williams stuff, like, that does make it more likely. Like if they are going to let Trent Williams go for contract reasons, it actually does make more sense for them to let, like, that kind of means to me that they know, like, they're closing their window a little bit, which would be a more likely scenario that Mac Jones gets traded. 3773. Quarterback, Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart, Matthew Stafford. Still waiting on 8 over here on Drafters. We got a bunch of votes for Drafters. We got, like, what, 8 of, something like 9 or 10 of you voted, and we can't get more than waiting on 8. Come on, guys. So running backs, we got Kenneth Walker, Blake Corum, Woody Marks, Tyron Tracy, Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones. I like the stack there. Emmanuel Wilson. Wide receivers, Puka, Neighbors, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Trey Tucker, Flournoy, Jack Best. I really like all this. All of your top 4 all stacked up. You got a skinny stack there in Vegas as well. Theo Johnson, Ferguson, and Freiermuth, like, very well built team. I like this team a lot. I know I was saying that, like, I like the capital, like, to be spent a little differently, but like I do think that having a team or two like this is perfectly fine as well. All right, so they have a window and it's closing fast. Get the picks up before we beat the team. Oh no, I totally agree. That's what they should do. Like, that doesn't mean, like, teams don't always do what's best for them. Not a for sure thing that Mac is traded. Like, right. Like, that's the other thing. Like, TD's nailing this. Like, they basically said they need 2 seconds or whatever to trade him. Like, just a second isn't enough, because they're going to get a third either way whenever he signs in 2027, like, with another team, because of, like, the way the compensatory picks work. So, like, you're not losing that much from a third to a second when you get to keep the player that was good for you, right? Like, so like, all of that's factored in, and that's kind of why I don't think that gets traded unless it's like a second and a third. And I don't know what team, like, maybe a team's out there willing to do that. I don't know. If injuries happen, tank the season, you're reloading for next year, much like they did when they got Bosa. Good luck. All going to be fun. See, oh yeah, it's going to be a blast for sure. Like this is my favorite time of the season. Absolutely. Yeah. So what else do we have here? That is it. Now we're just waiting on 7 people to join. Now I have to put a timer on this. If we don't get, I'll wait 5 minutes. And if this doesn't fill in 5 minutes, I'll just jump into, I guess I'll jump into an underdog draft or something. Because I did promise another draft at 30 likes. So we'll have to do one, but I would prefer to do the drafters for sure. I guess while I'm here, I can come over here and name my current draft. That was my 49th draft. I was hoping to get about 50 of them before the combine. It looks like I'm right on the pace that I wanted. And then after the combine, I think I want to get like 20 or 30, like about 20 of them before the free agency to get to like 70-ish, and then slightly more after that. Because I'd like to do about 90 of them. Like, I think that works out. I would like to do slightly more after after free agency than before the free agency. All right. Well, we're losing ground over here on drafters, so I do want to apologize to everybody, but it definitely looks like this isn't going to work. Definitely looks like that's not going to work. So we're going to go to DraftKings real quick and check the $1. Where is it? There it is. Sorry for all those who voted in the poll, but like I can't sit here all day. I'm also in the queue for DraftKings. And it looks like it might fill pretty quick. Waiting on 7 for drafters, and on DraftKings it's 6 of 12 right now. You just voted to break the tie. Yeah, I figure a lot of you guys are just voting to vote and don't really care. And like a couple more minutes, and I will log out of both of these, and I guess it's just back to underdog. Probably a little bored. You don't care either. Yeah, I figure, well, I know that I have a decent, like, part of my community can't draft on underdog. So I like to do a non-underdog draft every once in a while because, yeah, just because. Oh, and by the way, I put a pick'em, 40-time pick'em in the Discord, if anybody cares. And if anybody follows it, get a 20, we both get a 20% boost. And if 2 people follow it, we all get a 30% boost. I think like Jonah Coleman 449 feels like an easy under, or like he's going to run faster than that or slower than that. So I got him slower. Jeremiah Love, his over under time is 4.41. I feel pretty confident that he's going to run a 4.3 something based on watching him just pull away from defenders over and over again. And then Zachariah Branch, I think it was Zachariah Branch. I had, no, it was Concepcion. Yeah, Concepcion's time is set at 4.43. And Concepcion at 4.43, it feels like he's going to run slightly faster than that. Like, I think he's going to run high 4.3s, like 4.37, 4.38, 4.39-ish. So that is the bet that I have. And like the Jonah Coleman thing at 4.49, like on draft or on Prize Picks, his number is 4.53. So like, if you think he might be faster than 4.49, don't bet it on underdog. Go to Prize Pick and bet it there. Like I think he's going to be slower than both of those numbers, and I think it's not going to be close. Like I felt like the only one I was pretty confident in last year was that Hampton was going to be fast and that Caleb Johnson was going to be slow. Those two I was right on. I missed on a lot of the other ones. I feel pretty confident this year in the Jonah Coleman and the Jeremiah Love one, and reasonably confident in the Concepcion one. All right, we need one more for the DraftKings $1. So we're going to go ahead and do the timestamp. 1 hour and 7 minutes. DK $1. Because it takes 2 minutes. There we go. We got the 106. We got Bratsky at the 1. We have AWASD at the 2. And I think that's it. Oh, is this you, Mike? Is this Mike? I don't think I've drafted with Mike before. I seen you earlier. By the way, hi, Alex. I wasn't meaning to... I was in the middle of reviewing. Didn't mean to skip over you, by the way. Where is the mic? I can't find his name for some reason. If you're in here, go ahead and say something. Hoorah! Hey, thank you. Yeah, I don't know what Game Tight, like, I wasn't trying to like rag on Game Tight. Like, I try not to be rude, like negative, but I try to be constructive. And like, I'm usually way harder on my own teams than other people's. So you can't do it on either one. That's why when I have a guest on, I only do underdog, because it just makes it easier to track. Like, at least on drafters, you can type, like, you can have a file with the number of, because it tells you which number draft it was. So like, you could easily track that. But with DraftKings, there's just no way to do it at all. So why'd you go Bijan? Why are you Bijan 101 guy? Who takes Bijan at the 1? Just curious. The Tegrity is a little sketchy today, huh? So DraftKings, for those of you who don't know, is full PPR. And they also give 100-yard bonuses. They get 3 points for 100-yard bonus for receiving, also for rushing, and also a 300-yard passing 3-point bonus as well. I mean, come on, Big Beard. You feel like a CMC guy. I feel like Big Beard is a CMC guy. And I feel like I need to meet this man. I know I don't have like the longest beard out there, but I definitely need to check his integrity to make sure he's not just lying, misrepresenting us. We'll take JS in there. Oh no, he couldn't be a CMC guy because CMC went at the 4. Got it. No worries, who. I am here for constructive criticism and your insight. Many of the draft strategies are questioned for sure. Yeah, like the 5 in a row, the 5 in a row, like even 4 in a row, you're like guaranteeing that one of your first 4 picks isn't used. But I think if you do go 4 in a row, which I've done it, I don't think it's right. You know, I've tried, like I'll try it every year, probably, but I do think that you want to go 3. Like if you go 3 in a row, you want to at least stop for like 2 or 3 rounds. Like if you go 3 in a row and then a wide receiver and then another running back, like, and then you stop, like if any of those aren't, like if you don't have your running backs covered at that point, you're probably not good, right? Like it's probably not going to go well for you. And like that's what draft like you're right means. It's not like draft like it's all independent from each draft, right? Like so when I take JSN, if I don't like JSN, if I go with the rest of the draft like I have a weak wide receiver core instead of that my first round pick is actually valuable, like now I'm drafting wrong. So like with that in mind, if you take 5 in a row of any position, like you've drafted like your previous one was wrong, right? And like what I did with Harold Fannin there was kind of similar to being wrong. That's why it's not the best strategy, but it can hit the flex, right? I'll take Hampton there, absolutely. And like, but if I would have taken a third tight end with Kraft right there instead of what I did, like it would have been much, like it would have just been a bad pick. Looking to advance 3 of 12 and then get mega spikes from different running backs in playoffs. Right, like I get that. And there's definitely a path that could work. But it's a thinner path because you have so much less power overall in your team because you're just missing a spike from a guy in one of your first 3, like a chance at a spike from 2 of those top 5 picks. Well, the thing is I think you stop at 4. If you go 4 RB straight, like if you go 4 RB straight, it's the same principle. You can still rotate, but you get significantly higher value at the other position at the 5th round, like because now you got a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick at wide receiver versus a 6th, 7th, 10th, 12th, 14th, 19th, 20th. Like, so adding that extra value is significant. It's very significant. And if you add a 5th running back, I think you just want to take a rookie shot at the end of the draft whenever you go 4 in a row. That's just, it's more of a draft capital talk than anything else. And it doesn't mean it can't win. Like that could be what you need this year. I just think it's a thinner bet overall. And I probably won't do the 5 straight, but I think 4 straight, like the 4 straight, I think you're still hampering yourself a little bit, but at least you're like, you still have a little more capital to play with on the other players. Yep. What's up, Loots? Yeah, let's go Walker here. Let's do the double Seattle thing. Although Walker probably won't be on Seattle. Oh, I mean, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, like I was just trying to get the point across. If you understand, like that's fine. Like I've actively done bad strategies before too. Like, and I've done them on stream. I'm like, I would not try this. but I want a couple of these in my portfolio, right? Like not many, and like as long as you're not going out there doing like 10 of those builds, right? In your 150 set. Yeah. Okay. All good. And like maybe not everybody understands that too. So like it's something that when I do see it, I would like to address as well. All right, so what do I think? I think I just want to go triple running back here. Like, I don't know. Like, if I could get, I think I want Lad actually. This is unique. Like, I'm taking Lad. I got 2 doubles here, and like the JSN with Hampton plus McConkey with a 3rd player in there has to be like very rare, right? Yeah, you just like, and like last year, like through the regular season, that strategy was probably the best strategy to go 5 in a row, and then, but then whenever it got to the playoffs, I guess none of the elites really like. Puka smashed that 1 week, right? But like, you just have to luck box your pod, right? And on DraftKings, where it's a 1 of 12, I think this contest is actually, or on Underdog, it's what, 1 of 10. So you just have to avoid the big spike player, right? Yeah. So like the Kyle Pitts or the Puka. Like, yeah, this past year, more so than most years, we had a gigantic have to have it player like in the playoff weeks. But this is fun. JSN Hampton, Walker McConkey. Like a little bit of a fall on Hampton, a pretty decent fall on McConkey. I got even a 1 pick fall on JSN. Walker basically at ADP. I mean, can you give me JMO back? Can you give me JMO? Can we go JMO? You guys obviously don't like JMO. JMO sucks, Reno. You don't want JMO. JMO's a horrible player. You want a 5th running back. Judkins and Scatabo together can have 1 solid leg. You want Judkins. Come on, man. Judkins? I'm going to guess they take... Oh my god, that's fucking good. That's so funny. I mean, Big Beard isn't going to pass up on JMO, but I can live the dream. All right, what's this guy going to do? I have nothing. Like, I can't believe that he actually took Judkins there. So, that 3rd team is horrible. I mean, I think I just take Lamar here, right? Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I think Lamar's underpriced. On DraftKings, quarterbacks are hard to get sometimes. This is weird. What's up, Ross? How we doing? Welcome back. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but I know you popped in earlier over on Steve, on the earlier stream I did with Steve. Want to thank you for supporting. And also, if anybody here is new, if you could hit the sub, that would be awesome. We're at 434 subs. We are 66 away from a 12-hour live stream. Yeah, so Rashid Rice now has been falling down to the back end of the board a bit. I do think that like I might be fine taking him in these $1 contests. Now, I'm definitely going to take Herbert at 78 here. And then I'm going to push Darnold. And if Darnold makes it to like if he gets to 139, I'll take a third. But if not, I'm just going to be good with Lamar and Herbert, assuming Herbert makes it to me at 78. All right, so what's Bill got over here? He's got Bijan, he's got Olave, he's got Josh Jacobs, Terry McLaurin, Egbuka. This team, I'm going to guess Reno takes naked Jaden Daniels next. Or a tight end. Maybe a tight end. All the tight ends are weighted towards the right side of the board. Kind of interesting. All right, so I definitely yeah, let's just go Brian Thomas Jr. here. We'll go with the two busts from last year, like at ADP, Ladd and Brian Thomas. What CBC Mike over here is doing something interesting as well. We got Jefferson, Barkley, Josh Allen, Loveland, and then Caleb naked with Tyler Warren as well. So 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks by round 6. I'll be interested to see if they invest more like as long as they don't invest more capital at those 2 positions, like it's salvageable. Probably not optimal, but like it's salvageable. All right, let's see. Kyle Pitts. That's my guess. My guess is Kyle Pitts. Or Stevenson. Actually, it's Ramondre. They're taking Ramondre. Book it. Book it. He's on auto now, too. By the way, on DraftKings, when you see this little thing pop up, that means they went to auto. They just went to auto on that pick. But yeah, they're going to draft at the top of the queue from now on. Congratulations, Bill, on the epic. Oh, my bad. I missed that. I missed Jaden Daniels go there. I mean, I kind of want Herbert, but like if Jordan Tyson makes it to me, I'm taking Jordan Tyson. For sure. And if neither one, like, I'm fine with either one of those. Jordan Tyson's not going to make it to me, though. Actually, Michael Wilson is going to go there. Yeah, so I'm fine with any of those players. I just, like, there's 3 players I would love to have. Obviously, I want the double stack with Herbert more than anything else. I feel pretty good about getting it. I don't really know. Big Beard seems to be drafting reasonable. So I think we're fine to get him. And if not, like DK Metcalf, I think is underpriced. So yeah, we'll just be done at quarterback here. We have Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Omarion Hampton, Kenneth Walker, JSN, Ladd McConkey, Brian Thomas. Feels really good. There's probably going to be a tight end I like at 91. What do you think happens for Jacksonville RB? Will Tootin be featured, or do you think it's more of like a split with someone else? I think no matter what happens, it's going to be a split with somebody. Liam Cohen did a split last year. Like he tried to do a split a little bit last year. And he definitely did a split at Tampa. I think that Rashad White going there is underrated. I think that them signing somebody like Kenneth Gainwell is underrated. I think that no matter what happens, they're going to have somebody there else. And like, if they don't, like, I think LeQuint Allen is just going to get more pass game work. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I feel pretty confident. Like, I felt pretty confident this whole time that ETN's not going to be there. If he lands with Kansas City, my bet of having 0 ETN so far looks a little worse. But like, that's my initial take was if he doesn't land with Dallas, Kansas City, or Jacksonville, and just those 3 teams, his price is bad. And I feel like that's a pretty good gamble with all the teams that do need running back help. Even if ETN goes to Washington, like, I think it's a fine fit. I think he'd be fine, but Washington is going to rotate backs as well. And like Kansas City rotates backs as well, right? So like, I just don't see it being something that's like absolutely needed in any way. Like, what's up, Chris? How we doing? I am muted. Thank you. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm good. But I'm going to, like, when this is over, I'm going to leave for a little while. I'm going to come back. Then I'm going to go through and do the finishing touches on my first round mock draft. I'm actually going to do the mock draft as a video instead of a live stream. I'm going to put it out probably tomorrow. Early, like probably before I stream tomorrow, maybe after I stream tomorrow. But I definitely want it out there. Like, I'll probably do it at like 2 p.m., like a couple hours before I stream. I'll probably set it up for then. And I'm going to try to, like, it's probably going to be a shorter video, probably like 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And I probably won't really edit it much. I'll just like pre-record it. I do have a spicy trade that I'm going to have in it. So if you're curious what the spicy trade is going to be, you'll definitely want to watch or at least skip to the end to see what I did. And basically I'll post it live, and then later that day I will put the chart online on X. So we still need a tight end. I think I'm going to push tight end with this team. Actually, I guess we could just take Gadsden, but you know what? I don't take enough Blake Corum. We're taking Blake Corum on this team. This is the perfect kind of team to take Corum. We're very solid at all the positions. he will have some spikes. I don't want 0 of them. I do want to get more. I definitely want to get more, for sure. So, but yeah, I really like Hayden Winks' mock draft for Kansas City, but I don't think it's very reasonable to have both Ruben Bain and Carnell Tate available to us. If Carnell Tate's available at Kansas City, they're gonna run, and I mean run that card in, like absolutely sprint. They're like, if Carnell Tate is available to the Saints, they're probably like trying to keep the Saints on the phone to get them to time out so they can run the card in. Like, see if they can't get the Saints to pull the Minnesota Vikings, you know. Carnell Tate to Kansas City would be insane. Like, that's the perfect fit for what they have. The perfect guy to move on from Rashee Rice. And if Rashee Rice doesn't get suspended, it's actually the perfect complement to Rice, Kelsey, and Worthy is Carnell Tate. Like, he's the perfect fit no matter what. And like, Mekhi Lemon is actually the direct replacement if they're going to just cut Rice. And Jordan Tyson is the third guy who kind of fits. So, and like, if Kansas City is planning on cutting Rice, if that ends up being what they end up deciding they want to do eventually, a guy like Omar Cooper, Concepcion, or somebody like that is actually, like, Cooper's honestly like the perfect replacement, and actually probably more skilled at football than Rice. Like, I feel like Rashee Rice is kind of just a merchant of the great offense. Honestly, let's go with Jordan Addison here. Like, this team feels awesome. We got JSN, we have Ladd, we have Brian Thomas, we have Pierce, we have Addison. Like, we're going to go 4 tight ends here. I feel very good about the whole team at the moment. But yeah, if the Hayden Winks thing is right, like, I'm very, very happy with the draft for Kansas City. But he also only had 4 wide receivers in round 1, and I think that maybe that's right. I do think that we get like 12 wide receivers by the end of round 2. And I could see a lot of the teams, like, looking at the depth at wide receiver, passing on it in round 1 and just taking a guy in round 2. Most of the teams that need a guy, like, especially the guys at the top of the draft, like the Browns and the Giants and all of them. So if they take that, I do think it's possible for a guy to fall, like Tate or Lemon. Like, I actually think it's pretty probable that one of Tate or Lemon, or not Tate, one of Lemon or Tyson falls like to like the 20s. Especially with, like, if we get the like the bad combine news that some are expecting tomorrow. All right, shocker, absolute shocker, guys. I pulled up Emmett Johnson to 126. I know you're all surprised. I know you guys cannot believe it. I know that it's a guy I never take, but we did it, guys. We got Emmett Johnson. We even did it before ADP. Absolute shocker. I think I'm at 67%. Like, I think I'm at 67% right now of Emmett Johnson. Like, I even tried to pass him a couple times and got him at like 140. So, like, we ain't passing that up. I'll tell you that. Now, it may be a bad bet, but I think for now, I think it's a good bet. Him and Cooper, my boys, we're locked in. locked in. All right, so I have been pushing tight end. I mean, I'll take Jake Ferg after ADP here. So Sam Darnold does go 122. I think Sam Darnold is a fine backstack option. I do think that that's perfectly fine. If Ferguson is gone, I mean, I could just pull up Mark Andrews, but I think I'm fine not having Andrews with Lamar and just having naked Lamar and having Herbert double stacked. I think that's fine to me. Now, if Connor goes, I think I'm going to pull up. All right. Yeah, we're going to take James Conner here. We're planning on going 4 tight ends. So let's go ahead and take Conner, secure that room up. We have Hampton, Walker, Blake Corum, Emmett Johnson, James Conner. You like Jaden Higgins a lot. I'm having a very hard time with Jaden Higgins this year. I understand why you would like him a lot. I loved him coming out of college. He is a year 2 breakout candidate. They need offensive line very badly. They also like Nico is the guy there, and like if Tank Dell is actually healthy, I do worry about like Higgins. Like the fact that they continually the entire season put in Xavier Hutchinson over Higgins and Noel is just wild. Like that staff likes Xavier Hutchinson, and he's going to get in there and just mess things up forever. And now we're adding Tank Dell to the mix too, who is like CJ Stroud's best friend. So I'm having a hard time getting to him. Now this ADP feels fine. Like on Underdog, I think he goes at like 124, and I can't do it. Like I like him where he's going here. Like I think he's fine there. I think it's a fine pick. But the Underdog price, I'm not a big fan of. Yeah, we'll take the Andrews stack. Like they need to change a lot for it to be an offense that's going to produce to that level with multiple players, right? Now it's possible. I do think that they're very alive to draft an offensive lineman in the first round, and they have an early second round pick. They could also take an O lineman, and then they could take a running back late in the third or late in the second as well, because I believe they have multiple first round picks or multiple seconds. Let me go look. So we'll go to Houston Texans. They have Washington second. So they're at 28 and 59. So they could go O-line, and then a running back. And then they have an extra here, but they're missing theirs, right? So, like, if they go 2 O-line and an RB, like, that feels really good for them, right? And I think that's pretty possible. Like, I think they know that that's what they need. They kind of need a defensive interior guy, but, like, their defense was so good even without it. Like, I think it's fine. And if they do that, like, if they get an RB and like a couple offensive linemen, like I think that it's fine. If they can address it in the free agency, I think it's fine, right? I mean, I'll take the fall on Kenyon Sadiq here. Yeah. Like JJ McCarthy, Get your guys. Same guy who took Jaden Daniels. Like, other than that pick, other than this pick, everything makes total sense. Right? Amon-Ra, Genty, Rashid Rice, arguable but fine. Javonte Williams, I understand the hype. Roma Dunze, Jaden Daniels naked, no problems. Kyle Pitts at 80, a little early but fine. DJ Moore, fine. Shakir, fine, full PPR. Woody Marks, don't like it, but fine. Jonah Coleman, fine. JJ McCarthy, what are you doing? And then Mason and Johnson, fine, right? What were they starting for? Like, I don't like. I that's why I went to the top to look, because I was wondering if they had Jefferson, and guess what? They don't. And guess what? They don't have Addison. You know how I know? Because he's on my team. But he stacked him with Jordan Mason, who's caught 3 passes or whatever. Receiving for the year, 16 targets, 51 yards. Look at that synergy. Look at that stack. I can't believe it. Absolute legend. Why didn't I think of that? All right. Enough making fun of that guy. Where are we at? 174? I mean, I get a feeling this room on this side of me is going to let me get Omar Cooper. We'll see. We're gonna chance it because we want David Njoku. I want Njoku so I can get Stowers as well. Like we're gonna go like Cooper here if we can. And then Stowers at 211 if we can, or just another tight end. But we need one more running back and a couple more wide receivers. But we have JSN, Ladd, Brian Thomas, Pierce, Jordan Addison. Like, we feel pretty okay at wide receiver right now. I want to thank everybody that's came out. I've had a good time tonight. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central on my channel. We'll be drafting, probably doing drafters tomorrow. I think I'm by myself. If I get a guest, we'll be back to Underdog. Before that, I think about probably like 2:30 p.m. I'm gonna launch a mock draft. I'm gonna pre-record it. I'm gonna launch it as a video. I think that's better for the algorithm to do one of each instead of double live like I did today. And then if you watch that. I'm going to try to get it to like 30 minutes. I might actually make it like 45 minutes and try to like give some target, like where I think some of the skill position players could land as well. Maybe like in rounds 2 and 3. I think I'll probably do that as well. Like just throw some names out there like that. So we don't get Omar back. I'm fine with that. Like, didn't necessarily need it. We could go with the double stack here with Trey Harris. I think that's fine. Trey Harris also goes. So let's go with Surratt. I need a little bit more Surratt. I like Surratt. I don't like him as much as Steve, but I do like him. A gold star for effort. Whenever they take Jalen Nailor, they got TJ Hawkinson, who's going to get cut now too to stack up. So when they take Jalen Nailor as well, we will know that they just they don't know any of the free agents. And like Hawkinson's not a free agent; he's just a cut candidate, right? I can't remember for sure. Over the cap. Hawkinson. Yeah, he's a cut candidate. They save 15 million if they do a post June 1st or yeah, post June 1st cut. They save 15, it looks like. Dead money 5 and cap savings 15 million. If they do a post June 1. If they do pre June 1, they have 12 dead and 8. So yeah, they can designate him for post June 1st. Go into players here. I mean, this is pretty late for Jonathan Brooks. We'll take the Jonathan Brooks swing here. Like we have a really solid core here with Hampton, Walker, Corum, and Emmett Johnson. James Conner probably fine. Like James Conner's he's another one that like fits the bill of like the B-Rob Kansas City thing. But I think like you were asking specifically last time about Brian Robinson. I think there's a lot of teams that would like Brian Robinson. Like I think the Vikings would like Brian Robinson. I think like if David Montgomery gets cut, like they're going to be looking for a guy like Brian Robinson. Like, and we know that they're going to use multiple backs, like to some extent. Like, I think one of those guys, like a Brian Robinson or a James Conner or somebody, if David Montgomery gets cut, like I think that's something that could happen, right? Like I think that the Lions, if they're gonna need to fill that role, this running back class is not great. Like a Najee or a Brian Robinson could be the guy. Like they said that they want to move on from some offense from from last year, and if you look at the over the cap stuff, like Montgomery does save them a little bit of money. They save $6 million to cut him, and they only lose 2. And like, there's no way that Brian Robinson's going to ask for $8 million, right? So like, they would just, why is Shedeur Sanders in my queue? When did I do that? I would click remove, but if somebody drafted right there, yeah, I don't know why Shedeur ended up in my queue there, but we ended up getting the 4th tight end like we wanted. Andrews and Njoku, and then double rookie tight end. It's a pretty thin room, but like if you went into last year with Andrews and Njoku, you felt pretty good, right? And then I have both, possibly the 1 and 2 tight end for the year. Like if I can get this team to the playoffs, like these two should have upside. Sadiq and Stowers both project to me to be pretty solid picks. And I'll be reviewing Bill's team, and then I'll be heading out for sure tonight. If anybody else is in here, say something. If AWASD is here, let me know. Gonna go visit the nephew, assuming that like he goes to bed at like 7:30, so I don't know. Maybe that doesn't happen, but we if not, we just go tomorrow. It's all good. So we don't have any of the rookie wide receivers. I do think Malachi Fields is like moving up boards pretty fast for a good reason. And I think we just go ahead and take him here. For the first rookie, I guess we got Surratt too. So yeah, I mean, that's fine. And then we add just a guy at the end here. Jalen Royals is kind of going to become a flag plant of mine. I like him quite a bit. I think Tez Johnson's a fine pick. Brandon Cooks probably stays with Buffalo. I think Mooney's fine in the last round. Bateman is apparently a trade candidate. Dontavian Wicks is probably fine. Jack Besh is fine. Yoshi Voss is fine as well. So we got some players queued up. The nephew is 5. So no. The answer is no. Oh, are you AWASD, Alex? You're AWASD, right? That's right. I thought that was right. Yeah. We'll do both of you. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and review my team before we make my pick. We got Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. We have both of them stacked. We have Omarion Hampton, Kenneth Walker, Blake Corum, Emmett Johnson, James Conner, Jonathan Brooks. We got like a 15-pick fall on him. Wide receiver, JSN, Ladd McConkey, Brian Thomas, Alec Pierce, Jordan Addison, Jalen Royals, Elijah Surratt, and Malachi Fields. And then at tight end, we went 4. We have Andrews stacked up. And then we have Kenyon Sadiq, David Njoku, and Eli Stowers. Fun little team there. Let's look at AWASD's team. We'll do it from the draft board. A little easier. You got Puka, Nico, Pickens, RJ Harvey, Jalen Waddle, Mike Evans, Jalen Warren. I'm surprised it only went 5 running backs. I'm surprised it only went 5 running backs waiting that long, honestly. Waddle, Evans, Jalen Warren, Brock Purdy, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Sam Darnold, CJ Stroud, Romeo Dobbs, Aaron Jones, Dalton Schultz, Cade Otton, Tank Dell, Pat Freiermuth, Brazel, and Justin Jolie. Shocker when you went pure sidekick. Yeah, I would have definitely not taken Jolie and taken a 6. Like, absolutely. Like I don't think I would ever draft him until we see like positive. Like, I don't know why they like him so much, honestly. Someone next to him likes RBs a lot. Nah. Like, I know I was talking negatively a little bit about Game Tide's team going 5 straight running backs, but he stopped. And this guy goes 6 straight and didn't stop. So good luck, sir. We got Bill at the 101. Bijan, CMC, Josh Jacobs, Terry McLaurin, Igbuka, Harrison, Quentin Johnston, Baker Mayfield with the Igbuka stack. You got Algier, Kyler Murray, who I probably need to get a little bit more of, Juwan Jennings, Jalen McMillan for the double, Travis Kelce, Adonai Mitchell, I'm assuming hopefully stacking with Kyler, Isaiah Likely, Gunnar Helm, Kirk Cousins, maybe also stacking, Najee Harris, Halani. So Halani's a guy I think we need to mix in a little bit, and we don't. And then Darren Waller, somebody I haven't clicked yet, but I think is a fine pick. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'll be back on tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I hope I can get my mock draft done and recorded by tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. I'm pretty positive I will make it a point to do that. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in Rumain's infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, came in chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire.